Coach, team, welcome. Welcome to your HSBN Media Day press conference. If you could, Coach, introduce yourself and then also the guys you have here with you today.
Hi, I'm Andy Mook. I'm the head coach at Jupiter High School. Going on my 9th year as head coach at Jupiter. Been coaching a good amount of time. To the right of me is our catcher, Devin Giluso. To the left of me is he's a senior. They're all seniors. To the left of me is going to be Cameron Sorge. He has been with us the longest, as he wanted to remind everybody. And then you got Chase Cynical. Okay, they both pitch. Cameron does play first base, and he used to play third base. Maybe could possibly get some time there, depending on what goes on. And then Chase plays a little bit of outfield. We've got Nick Greco. He's another senior. He's been with us. These are all returners. He plays outfield in a little first base. And then behind me is Jack Sharp. He is a lefty pitcher and plays a little outfield. Most of the guys here are all signed and getting ready to go to college after this season.
Well, let's start with our elder statement here. Cam, take me through, how long have you, I think you've been there all 4 years, even longer than that, maybe. Yeah?
Well, I got called up to varsity my sophomore year.
Okay.
The very beginning of it. I've actually started at third base, and when we won states, I was there on the field. It was an incredible experience.
Are you the only remaining guy from the state champ? You said there's a few
No,
other guys on the team.
I'm
still,
the only
right?
I'm the only starter.
Okay.
From that, yes.
Yeah, Nick, Chase, and Cameron were
because I remember
part of
there was
that.
a couple of the younger guys.
Yep.
And part of the reason why I wanted to ask you is, just talk about that. The part of what makes Jupiter so successful is that you do a really good job with the younger guys and integrating them through the system. And it seems like they're ready when their time comes, like he was. Take me through that from your point of view.
When I remember I got a text from him on a Friday night telling me I was getting called up, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it's happening now. And I remember they brought me through the whole thing, all the coaches that whole day, my first day there, walked me through everything and I was like, wow, this is it. I'm on this varsity team. This is happening. And whole season was really incredible. We won states, definitely the greatest experience of my life. I loved every bit of it. Memory I'll have forever.
And truly, I could ask anyone, but it's one of the things that he touched on is the coaching staff, which Jupiter has got a great coaching staff that helps Coach Mook. I mean, what's that like for you as players to have that group of leadership, there for you guys?
Well, it's like a backbone, really. Like, we all just come through the system, and they're there to help us and guide us through the way to learn how to get better and how to really play better baseball than where we were coming from. Because going into the program, I didn't consider myself that great of a pitcher, and all of a sudden now I'm committed, and it honestly helped me through the way. These guys like Coach McCall, Coach Andy, they all helped us, they guided us basically through really our freshman year on JV to now.
It seems like it's very easy for you to communicate. They're very approachable. It seems like that dynamic it makes it very comfortable for you as players to talk to them and open up and get that feedback that makes you better. How so? What's that like for you guys as players? That's the dynamic you have with a coaching staff.
I'd say it makes us all a lot more fluid with what we do, because if we have a question, we just have to reach out instead of having to wait till practice, and we don't have to worry about getting yelled at for asking questions or anything like that, just because it's they'll answer. They'll help us through the question. If we have a problem, they'll tell us the problem, then they'll find solutions for it and help us guide us through it.
Coach, take me through a little bit, what the expectations are. I mean, obviously we know the standard that's now been set, the state champions, and you did a nice job, obviously, defending the title last year. What was that like for you guys to have to defend that? And now, what's the motivation for this year, the goals for this year?
Well, the goal is, the first goal is to make sure they all get better. From starting day one into the last game that they play, they should be better players, better people. So that if they're returning next year or if they're going to college to play baseball, that they're going into that situation that's good. Obviously, our goals every year is to win districts and make it to states and win states. That's our goal. And by going there, we've gone 3 times, So that becomes more attainable, so that even guys who are on the JV level, or even kids who are 8th grade looking to come into Jupiter, they know that that's the standard. The standard is that we're going to compete, we're going to go in and win districts, or have a chance to win districts, move on to the playoffs, and then go and have that experience to have possibly come home with a ring. That's the best final game you can have in high school, is winning states, because you're the number one team and you'll be able to do it. So they know coming in right away, starting in fall, and then especially when spring rolls around, that their goal is to go out, get better, come together as a team. It's not about them, individual, it's about us. And then taking that together and then being, doing that dog pile in that last game you got, and you know that you're going to get a ring and be able to, come back and you have a ceremony on your football field showing off that you won states and you got a ring in your finger, and that's something you can always take home. Especially a couple guys who have rings from that first experience, they would love to get a second one. Once you get it, you get a taste of it. It's, anything less is not, you kind of falter, but it's hard to get there.
You're telling me here, and I'm getting chills just remembering, it's motivating, just like Coach said, but I got to assume it's even more motivating for Jupiter guys, because not on top of the standard of going to states, you've got the great story. I mean, you guys had the 2 games in one day. You had the barnstorm. I mean, do you guys talk about that? Is that one of the things that is maybe helps to get you motivated when you're towing up for another season?
I mean, I wasn't on the team, but just hearing them and
you get the legend.
Yeah, so I get to hear about it all the time, how great it is, and that's why I'm going to work hard and try to get there this year.
Talking about districts and the whole state, everything's changed. But meanwhile, for you guys, it didn't really change at all. It's the same teams you guys have been playing with. How do you guys feel about that?
Honestly, it's just we're out there having fun. It's just baseball. That's what we do. And especially with the coaches, they're always trying to work on what we're weak on. It's never working on our strengths. It's always our weaknesses. So that's another thing that really helps us get to the next level of baseball.
I talk about it all the time, especially looking at it this year. I think you guys probably played the toughest schedule in Palm Beach County.
Mm-hmm.
I really will go on the record and say that. What's that like for you guys? And again, me and Coach Mook have talked that. I think that helped elevate to get you guys that state championship. But what's that like for you guys as players, knowing the teams you're going to face all year?
I prefer playing the tougher schedules because you always get better playing those teams that always have that edge on you, and they might have those more committed guys, and it's better feeling when you can face those guys that are committed to these SEC schools and know that you can get the job done, be a team, be a unit, and win ball games that propel us to states.
And again, maybe for Cam, who's been here for a bit, you've earned your recognition along that way too, in a way. Because initially you started going on the roads to some tough Miami environments. Oh, yeah. What was it like for you to start coming back? Now as state champions and kind of having earned your stripes.
You want to keep it going. It happened sophomore year, but you don't want to stop winning. It's the same. You just want to keep going with it. We play these tough teams for a reason. It gives you experience so that when we are back there, when we are make it back to states and districts and regionals, you're used to it, and you're not scared. It's not this different kind of pressure. It's kind of what you've been doing all season long, and that's why we do it that way.
Music to your ears, am I right, Coach?
Well, I schedule hard. That's fine, but I mean, it also the other teams know that Jupiter is a higher caliber team, so they want to play us. So it's not like it's not like we're a lower program. I mean, I'm not trying to knock any other program, but they know that we have talent. We're good, yeah, and so it goes both ways that they want to play us. I mean, this year's tough. This year's going to be a very tough schedule. We don't have many home games because they came to us last year. And so now we get to go to their place. We got Miami Westminster at their place. We got American Heritage Plantation at their place. We got Flanagan at their place. It is what it is. What matters is the last game we play. If we lose, we learn from it. We win, we learn from it. But that last game is what matters. And for them to be able to go into a big situation, a big game, and it's just another game. We've been there, done that. Then there's no pressure. Guys, just do what you've been doing. Play baseball. And we've worked on it. Yeah,
we've seen it enough times. That's just about it. Well, I kind of wanted to, I mean, I asked it a little bit, but I am curious just to hear point of view. I kind of open up to any of you guys. You know, what was it like last year to play kind of with that target on your back after being, you know, defending champs? And is it going to be a little bit easier now this year that you don't have such a big target? I mean, Jupiter's still like, you know, you bring the best out of the other teams, just like you know, vice versa. But you know, you're not the defending champs anymore. You know, what was that like for you guys, and what's it going to be like now?
I don't feel like there was that much pressure per se being defending champions, because all it did was just fuel our fire more to go out and work harder every day, because now you have something to defend, and now that we lost it, we're coming back again, and we want that title. Yeah, we're more hungrier now that we didn't get it 2 years in a row, so we want it again.
Anybody else?
Teams might not look at us as quite as good anymore, and that we could play that to our advantage. That's how I see it, because last year we didn't have the season quite as well as the year before, of course. So teams might not look at us quite as well and might come out on top more.
Coach, any final thoughts as we get ready to get this started?
Nah, season's starting. We'll see where we finish and where we end. We do have a lot of depth. We are better than we were last year, and
We were pretty good last year.
yeah, we just didn't. We were good. We're always going to be good. I mean, not to sound arrogant, but these guys, they've had a taste. They know what it's like. They have a goal, and as long as they come together and they fight as warriors, they have a good shot of. You know, I can go on record saying they have a good shot of going to states and winning it.
Yeah, I believe it. After what I saw the last time, I'd be more than happy to see it again. Guys, thank you very much, and here's to making it happen.
Thank you.
Thank you.